Welcome back to Players Only on TNT. Now, here's tonight's Autotrader player comparison. Shaq, Isaiah, you guys have been really busy in the month of February during your playing careers, huh?
Oh, I enjoyed it. I remember being on the elevator with Shaq's first All-Star game, and he was laughing and joking, and this elegant woman stepped on the elevator, and all of a sudden Shaq just stopped, and I had never met his mother before. And I said, "That's your mama, ain't it?"
So he straightened up, so acting good. That's right.
He was on the elevator just joking.
He an angel around his mama, ain't he?
This elegant woman stepped into the elevator. All of a sudden, Shaq was like,
"Yes, sir." Oh.
And so I stood there. I was like, "That's your mama, ain't it?" He's like, "Yeah."
Let the cat out the bag. Hey, fellas, we have a little more to talk about in the NBA, and so many things. I'm just going to throw them out there. Isaiah, some of this to you as a coach. What if your player told you, "Hey, coach, you about to get fired. I keep it real." Shaq, do you want me to save your job? I mean, Jason Kidd was let go, and it's kind of weird to me how he was let go. First of all, does he deserve to be let go? But he was let go, guys, and he was told by his player. And then Jabari Parker, who wants to come back in February, hasn't played since last February, wants to come back this season. In my opinion, this Bucks team is not that good. They don't have any crazy knockdown shooters or players that to me are just, that they should be the number 1 or 2 record. And right now in the East, you see that about 7 games separates 5 teams in their records. And so, Deep, what the heck goes on with a situation like this?
I don't think he should have been let go. I think what happens a lot of times in these situations is you don't have the 24 to 36 hour period where you can just cool off. Right? There's a meeting with the owner and Jason or whoever, and management and the coach is not on the same page. They should take 24, 36 hours to cool off. And I'll tell you what I did in Detroit. The Pistons had fired Chuck Daly, I think it was in '86.
Oh, no, whoa.
And I went to Bill Davidson's house, who's the owner, and I said, it's not Chuck's fault, right? He called Jack McCloskey over. The 3 of us sat there. I met Chuck at McDonald's on Orchard Lake and asked him if he wanted his job back, and he said yeah, and the rest is history because it was the players' fault. The game plan was good. It wasn't the coach's fault, and maybe that's what Giannis was trying to say to his owners and his GM, that the game plan is good, but the players aren't executing, and that was our fault in Detroit. We weren't executing. It wasn't Chuck Daly's fault. They brought Chuck Daly back, and we won 2 championships.
Darren, some people say that, they're looking for a Steve Kerr to the Mark Jackson, someone that maybe that Jason Kidd can only get him to a certain level, and then after that, he's supposed to take over. What do you think about that comment?
You want me to say something? No. I mean, seriously, if you're going to, then you don't mistreat Jason Kidd, right? If you want a Steve Kerr, or if you want somebody who you feel is an upgrade, then you don't disrespect the coach that you have there, especially with the team that you have. Because I think that there's a disconnection between, management and ownership because you have nobody in management and ownership that actually played, been a part of it, been a part of the history. And so they're cutting cords fast based on data, emotions, you know what I mean? Not understanding that, Jason Kidd being a former player, He's a leader, he's a natural leader. He may need some time to cool off, but his players are sticking up for him. But you're never going to get the coach that you think you're going to get, no matter how much money you pay him, if you're firing Jason Kidd without giving him a chance.
Especially Toronto. You look at how it's taken Toronto to go up the ladder. The Celtics, I just don't know where anybody had these expectations of Milwaukee winning one this year. I wasn't.
It's not a tech company. You know what I mean? It's not a tech company. This is basketball. You need basketball minds. You need basketball players in the system to understand in order to groom these guys to understand how to win. You know what I mean?
Chris, you said it very well. That they don't have a lot of shooters. Jabari's not back yet. They're a talented group. Thonmaker's not really playing like he was playing last year. However, they're in the 7th spot, so I don't think Jason should have been fired. I think they should have just let this thing play out, see if they can make it to the playoffs, see how far they get to the playoffs. And they're talking about getting the next Steve Kerr. I don't see a lot of options out there. Fizdale's name has come up. A couple other guys' names have come up, but I thought Jason was treated very unfairly, unprofessionally, and as a part owner of the Sacramento Kings, I would think that they would, give him the type of respect as an owner and say, hey, we're going to let you go, not have one of the players call him. But, I'm sure he'll get another opportunity somewhere. His record's 183 and 190. He had some good years in New Jersey, but if you put a guy like Jason Kidd with the right team, with the right personnel, he could do something.
He turned him around.
Yeah, but they just didn't have that personnel in Milwaukee.
I don't know if anybody else would have trusted Antetokounmpo at point guard and put him there and made him that player he is today. And we're the players, so you're going to get our opinions. It's not necessarily what you want to hear, and that's what I love about this show. And I also love the fact we see some Western reserves. And again, congratulations to first-time All-Star Karl Anthony Towns. And again, first-time All-Star on the East, Kristaps Porzingis, Oladipo, and Bradley Beal. Now, who did you guys think were snubbed tonight? Let's see what you guys thought out there on the polls. And, Chris Paul. How about that?
Will.
George, DeAndre, Lou Will. You should all be All-Stars. We're getting out the Cavs and Spurs.